Guys, welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over how I make my money and how you can double, triple, quadruple your money in a day or two with only playing or spending like 1 to 2 hours. So, if you do enjoy this video, please consider subscribing and liking. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So, personally speaking, I don't like to grind that much. Just don't look at my playtime. I definitely have not played this game before. I play like an hour a day max, But either way, here's how I make my money through safe. I flip for the most part to make money, and these are the flips that I do that are safe and that are guaranteed to make me an insane amount of money every single time I do them. So, here are my top 3 flips for what I recommend you do, and all of them have to do with Spooky Fest. So, during and a little bit after Spooky, usually all of the spooky items go down, meaning candy's cheaper, ectoplasm, pumpkin guts, spooky shards, Woro skins, soul fragments, all that stuff are usually cheaper for the most part. Not always, but they usually are. And so what I do is I'd buy some of those items. I wasn't able to this past time, but I'd buy some of those items like soul fragments or something, and wait till the price would raise up and then sell them. So it's not constant flipping. All you have to do is get on during Spooky, buy the items, and then check on occasionally and sell them. Like, don't sell them all at once, because then you'll break the economy, but sell them like 5 or 6 at a time. Here are the top 3 items that I recommend, going from the safest ones to the riskier ones, but the riskier ones tend to make more money. Not always, though. The safest possible flip, I think, for Spooky is usually cupcakes, as soon as auction house will load. Reason for this being is they're like 400k to, I've seen them go up to 800k, and it's been a while since I've been during a Spooky Fest, but they usually cost like anywhere from 20 to 100k to buy during Spooky Fest. And they're like guaranteed to go up to like 400k or 200k or something. They will make you like double your money a minimum per time, but you have to buy a lot of them to make it worth it. And then if you put them all up at the same time, people are just going to undercut you, and it won't work. So that's the safest one, and it can make you a bunch of money. However, you have to buy a lot of them. Now, my personal favorite one to do, and it's also pretty safe, however, not always. It doesn't guarantee to make you as much money, but it is still very good, is vampirism books. You want to buy the blue Vampirism 6 books right after Spooky ends. And everybody gets these for reward if you hit like 2,000 something plus damage. And these things sell for like 1 mil to, I've seen them go up to 2.5 mil. And during Spooky, again, it's been a while since prices were a lot lower, but usually they're like under 500k or like under 700k per. So you can buy like 10 of them and then make like 10 to 20 mil and only spend like 7 mil. That's personally my favorite flip yet. However, it's hard to buy them since everybody's trying to buy them. That's probably my favorite flip, as it is so good for money. It is actually stupid. If you can buy like 10 of them or 20 of them and sell them like 5 per day when they're over a mil, you can get so much money. Now we're getting to the riskier ones. These ones can make you more money, but they're also riskier in the sense they won't always go up. The one that can make a lot of money is deep sea orbs. Because during Spooky, these are not as expensive. However, price it looks like has gone down, so you have a potential to make like 1 to 2 mil to 3 mil per flip each time you do it. However, they don't always sell since there's not a huge demand for them. So it's a pretty good item to flip, but be careful because you might not make as much money and you might actually lose some. However, all the rest are like 100% safe. You won't lose any money by doing it. The last one that I would suggest buying from auction house is the phantom rods. The reason for this being is the phantom rods are worth like 1.5 mil now, but sometimes they're worth like 300 to 700k during spooky and spooky fishing. So you can make a good amount of money from that. However, it's not as good because you can spend 700k and then sell it for 1.5 mil if you're lucky or average. But you could just buy a vampirism boat for like 400k and sell it for 2 mil. So it's still a good flip if you're out of other options and stuff's just so high, but it's a little bit more risky and won't make you quite as much money. Flips that I would not suggest doing are the rock candy flips. The only flips I do are really event flips. That's what I call them, but like I invest in it. Because these are solo, but the only flips I do are like investing flips, where I won't just take a baby yeti and sell it. I'll stock up on items. For example, my Jerry boxes, which by the way are very good. Like these used to be worth 300k per, and now they're 700k per. However, I had wished I invested in legendaries since they were 1 mil. Now onto the items to get from Bazaar. There's really a couple I'd suggest. I wouldn't really suggest going for the candy. I mean, like, you can go for candy. However, I just wouldn't entirely suggest doing it, as it's not always the best flip, and usually the candies stay about the same. Ectoplasm's a decent flip, but it's not always the best, but it's still decent. The The ones I would suggest flipping, if you can't get your hands on them, are werewolf skins and soul fragments, as these things are quite good for flip. If you can manage to snag werewolf skins for like 30 to 50k, you can sell them for like 70 to 80k, which is pretty good. And soul fragments, you can usually buy them for like, the price is all over the place, but like 1 mil or 700k, and then sell them later for a lot more money. The general tip I have for the event flipping is, this doesn't always work, but the flips people expect to go up aren't the flips that are actually going to go up. We've seen this before with the mining update and the minerals. Everybody invested into mineral stuff, whatever, refined minerals, and then the price dropped like so hard, and everybody lost so much money because everybody was investing. So do the flips not a whole lot of people are expecting. For example, people were expecting the Jerry talismans to go up, so was I, and it did, but so they bought them, and the price has gone up by a good amount, now like 1.3 mil. However, if you bought Jerry Sheen guns, they're at 3 mil. So don't always buy the things that you would expect to go up. Like, for example, another one from Jerry is legendary Jerry boxes tend to not make you any money. Like, they'll give you 500k coins and then Jerry stones, and they're worthless. So people wouldn't expect them to go up, so people didn't invest, and then the price went up. Versus like blue and green didn't go up that much. Purple did go up by a good amount, but invest into things that people need but aren't entirely expecting to invest in. Like, people expect for Spooky that candies will go up, and they might, but it's not the best flip ever. And for Jerry, people expecting the Jerry talisman to go up, and it did, but not as much as other things. So, my last tip is to, if you can't play a lot, do the event flipping. Like, get on when there's Spooky, buy a bunch of stuff, and then sell it all later when you can get back on again. And just buy the stuff that people need, but nobody really expects to go up. Sometimes there's stuff people expect to go up will. Like, for example, I bought a Shelmet and before a while ago, and the prices haven't really gone up like at all because everybody's expecting Shelmets to go up, so the price goes up. So just expect the unexpected, I guess, would be my last tip. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing and liking, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace.